Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Lord PeteyTV here to give you another insider look on what's going on and what our next affixes are for week 20 of, our Mythic Plus for season 1 of Dragonflight. I almost called it Shadowlands because I was so used to it, but no, this is Dragonflight. Anyway, so just once again, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button here. Make sure you're going to Twitch and hitting that follow button there. If you're ever looking to see, when we're going live and talking and chatting about things. Now, as you should know, our next week is our final Tyrannical week, which is Tyrannical, Bolstering, Volcanic, Thundering, which is a very interesting combo. Now, people are saying that this week is going to be this past week that we had was our last fortified week. I don't think that's the case. I will get you more information in our next video, so you all know. Now, as you should know, let's go through. Let's talk about it. Tyrannical bosses do more. They have more health. They deal more damage. Bolstering, non-boss enemies buff nearby allies when they pass and increase health and damage. Then we have Volcanic, which is the little explosive, like rumbling underneath your feet. And then after that, we have our seasonal affix, which is Thundering. So, okay, let's take a little bit of a think about this. Okay, so I would say tanks are not going to have a great week this week. The reason for that is because they're going to have to do small pulls because of bolstering, which will make them take longer for those mobs to die. So that's going to increase time frame there. And then on top of that, we're going to have our tyrannical, which means all the bosses are going to be dealing more damage, which means they're going to be needing to have cooldowns for not also the mob packs, but also the bosses. So that's going to cause a lot of problems there. So this is something to think of there. Melee DPS, they're not going to have really that much of a problem other than the thundering and the bolstering. Make sure you're cleaving mobs down pretty quickly and easily and evenly. Range DPS, the same thing. They're going to have a meh day because they're going to have to deal with the volcanic. So keep an eye on that. Healers, I'm sorry, this week's just going to be terrible because you're going to be dodging volcanics. You're going to be dealing with large amounts of damage to tanks because bolstering, and also a lot of damage on tyrannical. So really, you're going to want to keep an eye on all of those things. Now, as we go through, as always, Agathar Academy, that's going to be a very, very difficult dungeon this week because you have a lot of pulls that are kind of large there, or they're going to be buffing another group. For instance, all the mobs going to Veximus, all the dragon packs going to the last boss in the academy. You have them going over to the bird boss. You have all of those, so you got to be really, really careful of that. Quarter stars, you have a lot of larger groups that you're gonna have to AoE down, which is gonna cause bolstering, which is gonna cause more damage. You're gonna have to deal with imps. You're gonna have to deal with those dudes with the eyes. That's gonna be a problem there. The bosses aren't gonna be too bad, but the trash is gonna be annoying. That might actually probably be the easier of the dungeons this week. Halls of Valor, obviously. Be careful when you're pulling those groups of mobs. All the mob packs there individually aren't bad. The problem is with bolstering, whatever the last pack that's going to be up, they're going to be dealing some damage. So you got to be really, really careful because there's like one nasty dude in almost every single one of those pulls. So be careful of that. And the bosses are really a pain in the butt. They're really hard to deal with. And then lastly, Ruby life pools. All the trash in the beginning part is annoying. Just in general, it's just annoying. And then when you go around after the first boss is going to take forever to kill. Then after that, the ring around is going to be really, really annoying because a lot of guys are going to be bolstering. The only positive side is that the dragons aren't going to be that difficult to kill. That boss is going to be take very long to die because you're going to have to really, really kite him for a long time. Then Chandlers, The Chandlers are going to be annoying to have to deal with, so keep an eye on them. And then after that, it's the last boss, which is, you're gonna have to try to burn him down as fast as you can, but he's gonna be up for a really long time. So watch the flames, watch the frontal, all that other stuff. So be careful there. Shadow Moon Burial Grounds, you're gonna have to worry about a lot of the what's it called, skeletal mobs, with their, I think they're some type of arc, something arc. Those guys are gonna be really really difficult to kill. So keep an eye on those guys. Um, the dudes that look like void spawn, I think they're called void spawns. Those guys are going to be really, really hard to deal with, so careful of them. All the, then you got the worm boss who's going to take forever to kill, and then you have the dudes that cast the disease. Make sure you're interrupting them. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all. I mean, the last boss is going to be annoying because you're going to have to be DPS in those dudes running for most of the fight. Uh, Temple of the Jade Serpent. I mean, I thought that was going to be one of the easier dungeons this season because, it's so short and because it's a lot of fun. But because of all the ads around that second room, which makes it very, very hard and very annoying to deal with, then on top of that, you have that large group right before the last boss. Those guys are going to be really annoying. All the packs around the third boss, you got to be careful of all of them because of the bolstering. So, and then the second phase and the third boss. It's gonna be a hard week for there. So just be careful of that. Azure Vault, do the. I mean, the best thing I can tell you is do the skip. Take care of the packs like you normally do, and go through there. Bosses are gonna be, how else am I gonna say it? The bosses are just, they're long and grueling. So just keep that in mind. Take your time. Watch where you're standing, watch the frontals and things like that for all of them. You'll be pretty set. Make sure you take your shards on the last boss. Don't ignore them. And then the last is New Code Offensive. That Thunder boss is going to be annoying. All the packs around the Thundering boss are going to be annoying. That first pull is going to be that I know everyone always does. Is that's big. Got to be careful of those. The bolstering there. So be careful of that. And then the last boss for tanks in that place is just brutal. So just be careful of that. So, yeah, that's just kind of the synopsis, a real quick rundown of all those things. Season 2 is going to be coming. I'm going to be doing a couple more guides. I'm going to be trying to get as much done as possible. I just want to say thank you all very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Dream big, keep gaming. On Friday, we're going to have some Jedi Survivor, because I love the first one. I want to play it again. So we're going to be doing that. Then throughout the week, we're going to be doing Mythic Pluses. Hopefully trying to finish up with the last little bit of what's called concentrated primal lessons that we can. So we'll see. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good one. Dream big, keep gaming, like I said, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.